Hey everyone.
You're muted, Mike.
Mike, it's your show and you're muted.
No. He does because it does the noise. It prolongs the noise.
I don't know what's going on. Hold up. All right, now I'm. That's weird. It just completely decided to keep me. It just completely decided to keep me muted on my own show for the very beginning part of this. I was like, what is wrong with that?
I have taken over Michael's show.
Pretty much. That seems like it because or StreamYard wanted to take over my show. That's what happened. StreamYard was being stupid. So, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the season 3 premiere. We are back with our annual show we've been doing for you guys for 3 years now. Awards Roundtable, where we just talk all through the last half of the year, all the way to when the Oscars air in March. We just talk all things
Hopefully.
Oscars. Yeah, hopefully they premiere in March. Depending on how the writer's strike. I think the writer's strike will be over by then.
Crossing every part of my body.
I'm hoping.
Crossing my hands, my toes, my butt cheeks, everything. that everything all ends happily sooner rather than later.
You guys gotta be a little bit disappointed, I think.
Yeah, we probably are. I think this is the long because we've had strikes before, but I think this is the longest one we've ever had.
Nope.
Are we getting into this topic right now?
Yeah, let's just do it. It's a big thing.
I guess let's start off just talking about that and just how it will affect.
No, this is not the longest one. I remember the writer strike in 2008.
We're going around the horn.
Listed like over 100 days. So.
Oh yeah. So,
the heavy.
Are we going Ross to me then Ken or
yeah. It'll go Ross, and then Andrew, and then you, and then like up to me, and then it'll just be kind of in that order of things talking about.
Right.
Well, actually, you know what? Since they've been on the show before, and you're the special guest, this is your first time on the show. How about we let you go first?
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Dan Skip Allen. I'm a co-host of Gone with the Wind with Malcolm Lay, and we have an award. So I'm an award show pundit and a film critic from Orlando, Florida. And I don't want to burst everybody's bubble here, but I think you guys are missing something that's a major point here. Is the people that own the streaming services do not want to pay these people. They would rather cancel the streaming services, Max, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, and Hulu, and what's the other? Not Apple, Max. Those 4, you'll see those 4 streaming services canceled before Zaslav, Iger, or any of these people pay these actors. They think that they have already paid these people, the writers and the actors in these movies and TV shows. They don't see why they owe them a dime. So they will hold out long enough to where they'll cancel their own streaming services before they pay these people. They don't care. Amazon, Apple, will hang out in for the long haul because Amazon's got a lot of revenue streams. Apple's got money coming out the wazoo, and they don't have as much content. And Netflix has a plan. They know what they're doing. They've been doing this for a long time. They will stick it. I'm telling you right now, these people will not get paid. They're going to continue to be on strike because they won't get paid. These guys, Zaslav and Iger and these guys, they think that they have already paid these people for their day's work. And the problem is 75% of actors aren't even in that top echelon. They're servers at coffee shops. They're parking cars. They're bartenders. They're doing jobs like that to make ends meet. They're not in a lot of these shows. They're not the ones that are looking to get these residuals. Or they're saying, the writer, the AI could write scripts. AI can't write scripts. That's a bunch of crap. Yeah. Could they do the animation and do the crap in the beginning of Secret Invasion and a lot of shows like that? Sure. But that's completely different than writing
Yep.
shows and writing movies. AI cannot write shows and write movies. That's a bunch of crock of crap.
Oh,
It
but I
comes
told my
to
mom. I told my mom this too, though, and like she was shocked. She says, like, why are they striking? She says they get their money, and then I say like, in order to be able to afford insurance with SAG, you have to make like $26,000 a year. I think they believe they said with like 86%
Yeah.
of the actors in SAG do not qualify.
Yeah, but that's 20. It's like small percentage of the actors actual do enough work to where they would get residuals, and they are the ones that have already been paid their 400,000, their million, whatever. Same thing with the writers, and so these people that run these streaming services, which is what it comes down to, because the other thing is this. You write 8 shows or you write 22 shows. Why should you get paid the same amount of money for writing 8 shows or 10 shows as somebody who gets paid 22 shows? That's a bunch of crock of crap. That's anybody in their right mind wouldn't go along with that. So these guys are barking up the wrong tree. This is going to go on for a long, long time, Wolfman. And I'm telling you right now, we're not putting the Emmys in January. Probably a good idea. Not that I like it being in January, because this thing ain't going to be over for a long time.
Yeah, and that'll be a good kind of a segue discussion into talking about the Emmys here in a second.
Can I interject on that?
Sure.
As to why I'm a more optimistic on it.
Well, don't be.
Well, these companies are going to start bleeding money. Money is going to be like that scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It only takes so long for the Black Knight to realize, oh shit, I'm in trouble. You know, he can do that for a while.
They're millions and millions of dollars in debt. They know it. They're $1 billion in debt. Paramount.
Netflix, long before the strike, Netflix was
$9 billion.
like long before the strike.
Because
that's why they're canceling all these fantastic shows, is because they can't afford to have the shows on their streaming service anymore.
But what do you guys think, though? Do you think that like Ron Perlman?
It'll take a long time for them to learn. It's like the person that keeps on running into the wall. It takes a while for them to realize, hey, stop running into the wall. And I kind of look at it as like, if I was a person at, like, I've worked at Old Navy, and if I was insulting customers, you know, and Old Navy says, hey, we're losing profit. Why are we losing profit? You know, well, sad employee over there, sir. Well, we have to fucking fix the problem then, you know? That's what's going to happen.
This is I hate to interrupt you, but this is completely different. These guys will cancel these streaming services before they ever pay these people. I'm telling you right now.
So you think that the end of Netflix will actually happen, and the end of...
They're going to be one of the last holdouts. It's going to be them, Apple, and Amazon are going to be the last 3 holdouts. All the other ones are so far in debt. They're going to scuttle the ship way before the other ones are.
Although Netflix is like in some of the most debt right now.
But they have such a business plan that they can stick it out because they got so much content already on there, and they got stuff from all the other countries. So they're going to stick it out a while. They have investors and things like that they can go lean on and get money from and keep going.
Yeah.
They're not going to pay people, guys.
Wasn't there like a rumor going around at some point that like the actors or the writers might make a deal with Amazon that like... Yeah.
Well, the writers are already going back to the table. This past week, they went back to the table, the writers. If anybody settles, you might see the writers settle, because they are the ones. Writers are more struggling than the actors are, because they don't get paid nearly. Even the high-end writers still don't get paid nearly as many as the high-end actors. So you'd probably see the writers settle before you do the actors. Actors they're going to get screwed. I'm telling you right now. You're going to see people cross the picket line before you see these streaming services settle with.
Oh yeah, two, and then like Like, do you guys really think that like Ron Perlman's gonna do something? Because I would believe it. Did you hear about that, Mike? What he did?
What?
Okay, he basically, like was talking like Dan, except like he was like, Iger, I know the shit that you say, like, and then like he said that like he hope the strike is over, but then like if he's smoking a cigar, he said, then remember, Iger, I know where you live.
What is it? What is this? The freaking what is it? What's
Sons
that?
of Anarchy?
Purge? What is this? The Purge? All of a sudden out there in California?
Have you guys heard about what Billy Porter just said?
What? No, what did he say?
He had to like sell his $1 million house,
Oh my god! Oh god!
and
No,
like,
but that proves
and,
it though,
like all of
too.
this
No,
stuff.
he's
So I think
Well,
that
what Rachel Zegler said just made me not like her even more. Where she's like saying like she's acting very self-righteous, and she's like, if I have to be in that dress for 8 hours a day, I better get paid for all 8 hours while I'm wearing it, or something like that. And I'm just like, I don't know. I felt like the way that she said that, it's like felt like it was like
she signed a contract. Whatever the contract says, she's got to do.
Yep. Billy Porter though, that situation is very different. You know why, Mike? He's he's not booking a lot of gigs right now. Even before the strike, he's a 3-time and 1-time winning Emmy Award winner for Best Lead Actor in a Drama. So if he's hurting for money,
yeah, that's a good point.
I feel like I'm trying to be optimistic, saying that eventually, because all of these movies are coming out, that the writers are going to, that the studios are going to want to use these actors, like, because other than Barbie and Oppenheimer and The Sound of Freedom, this and Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Verse, like the select few, this has been the summer of box office bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb.
Especially for Disney. Disney's bombed hard this summer.
They probably, all the studios probably want, please, let's solve this for the fall so that we can get some of these fall releases out. Like Warner Brothers probably wants Dune 2 to come out, so that they can have
Zaslav.
2 big hits.
You're going to be hating Zaslav because guess what? This guy wants to push all 3 of his big movies in Thanksgiving and Christmas to the next year. And I'm going to strangle the guy if he pushes Dune and The Color Purple to next year. I'm going to strangle him. I don't care if they push Aquaman. Put Aquaman in the goddamn summer like The Flash and have 15 million screenings, and then nobody goes to see the movie because you gave the movie away to 15 million fucking people. Sorry for cursing, but that's what happened with The Flash.
Oh, no, you're allowed to say
it. In Orlando, they did seven screenings of The Flash in Orlando alone. That's not including Tampa or Miami. I mean, no wonder nobody's went and saw The Flash. You gave it away to everybody.
Yep, and then like some people say now, like about Indiana Jones flopping. I did the math, and then do what it had to do just to break even. Actually, $790 million.
Guess what Grace Randolph said the theory is.
What?
They want to push Dune 2 because Warner Brothers is low on money. And they want to push all of their marketing for the Oscars on Barbie.
Oh my god!
Well, Barbie's.
I'll tell you this: Zaslav bought the company $2.5 billion in debt. He's been trying to cut, slice, dice, chop, whatever, julienne fries, whatever you want to do to cut that budget that he bought. He bought a $2.5 billion debt when he bought Warner Brothers. So that's why I haven't had a press screening of Barbie, haven't had a press screening of The Meg, haven't had a press screening of Blue Beetle, because they're cutting press screenings, and then they did 15 million flash screenings. I don't understand why they did that, but yeah, that's why they want to do it. You're absolutely right. The problem is they're not Barbie. I think is on the 10, 11, 12 spot as far as awards spot. We'll get into that discussion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Too. And like Andrew, though, try not to listen to Grace Randolph, is because like she said it one of the stupidest things of the year that I've heard about the Emmys. Do what she says.
What?
She says like, and Jamie Curtis was supposed to win the Emmy, but she didn't even get nominated.
Even though it wasn't even for the right season, because
she'll get nominated and guess
actor. She'll win next year. I hope.
Yeah, that's what it is. She'll get nominated next year for the band.
And Dan, we definitely will have one disagreement on the Oscars. I can already tell.
Again, but before we get to the Oscars, since we're on track talking about the Emmys, let's discuss that. We'll actually start off with that because we're talking about the strike already and how it's going to affect many other award shows, but it'll also have a huge effect on the Emmys, because the Emmys were supposed to happen in September on their usual date, and now they're getting pushed all the way to January. And it's due to the writer's strike and the actor strike, because they have to have a show. So, like, that's why they pushed it to January, because they have to have a show. And I just want to, because I'm torn on this, because I understand why they did it, but then there's also cons to this move as well. And I just want to get both of your, pros and cons going around the square again, starting with Dan and working our way up.
Well, the fact of the matter is, there's already Golden Globes, the Critics' Choice, the SAG Awards, all in the month of January. They're going to put it on Martin Luther King Day, which is a holiday in this country. A lot of other countries, it's not a holiday, so maybe watching it would be good for other countries to watch it on that Monday night, on the was it the 15th of January? And I think there's a shot the strike could be over by then, but it doesn't mean the strike will be over by then. And you can't have any scripted things at the award show. I think it was the Tonys did do their award show, and there was no scripted nothing. There was just people come out, the nominees are blah, blah, blah. This is the winner. The winner comes out to thank this, that, the other, and whatever. This is the Tonys is like musical numbers and all this kind of stuff. That's what will happen. If they end up doing award shows, none of it will be scripted. These are the nominees. This is the winner. The winner can come out and say whatever the hell they want. Boom, move on to the next one. It's going to be some of the worst award shows.
You're also missing something too, though. Let's say that it's on NBC, right? The actors can't even go because NBC is owned by Universal, and that's an AMAPT, and they're one of the ones against it. So even if they're nominated, they're not allowed to go.
Yeah, and I didn't know they weren't allowed to go. Yeah, I did not know they weren't allowed to go. I think it should have been going. I think it should have been late November, early December during award season when all the reality shows have canceled by then. There's a lot of filler TV like the Rankin Bass Christmas cartoons and Christmas musical things and all this kind of stuff that they do late November, early December. I think they should have put it there before moving it to January, but holding that spot in January in case the strike doesn't get settled. So I would have rather put it in late November, early January, maybe the first or second week in December, I meant, instead of January, but have that date. It's Fox anyway. The Emmys is Fox this year.
Okay, yeah, still.
Isn't it taking place in the Peacock Theater? I thought it did.
I don't know where it's taking place. I just know that Fox has the rights to the Emmys this year. Whatever.
Oh yeah, they do. But yes, Andrew.
Can I'm saying my issue is they've won. There's this saying with cooking, mise en place, which basically means cut twice, measure once, kind of a thing, If they don't want to say, hey, we're moving it to November, strikes are not over. Hey, we're moving it again to January. So they said, if you know what, let's move it to a safer time. Could the strikes not over by then? Absolutely. But but I feel there's a better chance of a January date than a November date. And also again, when it comes to award shows, it could be that I've been watching Geeks and Gamers and stuff like that a lot. Yeah, I've also noticed when it comes to award shows now, the average Joe, the average person who's not really in the circle like us, doesn't give a shit.
I
They
mean,
just want to see their shows.
They're like,
They want to see their favorite shows win, so they watch to see their like. If you're a Only Murders in the Building fan, you want to watch the show because you want to see Only Murder, or if you're a Better Call Saul fan, or if you're a Last of Us fan, or a Game of Thrones fan, or a whatever fan. That's why people watch award show, to see their favorite shows and movies win. That's the only reason anymore. And then
YouTube, but YouTube now, they can be like, oh, they won. If we can look up their speech online,
you're right.
Yeah.
Online, and also with the whole scripted thing, everybody's gonna love that, because what does everybody say about the Oscars every year? Too long. They're too long. So
it's too long, not because of like the just awards handing out. It's too long because they dedicate more time to an irrelevant category like best original song than they do best picture. They literally have all the songs perform.
Yep.
You're right.
I
still like it. If
you really think about it, it's the least important award at the Oscars. If you really think about it,
I still like it. I don't care. I want to see those songs performed live.
Yeah. I love music, so I love seeing all the songs performed live.
Yeah, and I love music too. But it's just between that and between the bits that they did. I forget which award show it was. Was it the Oscars where Jennifer Coolidge spent literally 9 minutes doing something? And I'm just. I'm like, no wonder people are complaining about these shows being long. They're literally letting these actors just go all day on things. And it's just shorten it up, people, and shorten the speech.
Okay, you guys, I don't know how, and I don't want to interrupt anybody, but any sports fans here in the bunch?
Huge,
okay,
huge.
Now, you're familiar with the Super Bowl, then? The Super Bowl. We get the Super Bowl one time a year. And it's this gigantic extravaganza all over the world, right? That one day we watch football, the pre-show, the halftime show, all that stuff from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night, right? One day a year, right? Well, that's what the Oscars is. Yep. We get the Oscars one day a year for movie fans. It's the Super Bowl for movie fans. We don't care how long it is because we watch the movies. We care about the actors. We care about the movies. We care about all these topics, and we don't care how long it is. So the people that are complaining about how long it is aren't movie fans.
No,
that's my take.
And plus too, if you really pay attention to, I combine the AFC and the NFC Conference Championship as one thing. Even if you separate them, it would still be a top 5 viewing thing every year. The Oscars is always top 5, and then if you want to combine the AFC and then the NFC Championship, then it's number 3.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's my thoughts on everything with what is going on with the Emmys. Here's my thoughts on things. So first off, with the award shows in general, I feel like we all know this. I mean, the Oscars have been going up a little bit more in their ratings, but the ratings of these award shows are dropping significantly. And the reason why I feel is because they put them onto cable network television. And a lot of people prefer streaming. A lot of people have cut their cable entirely to have streaming. And so it's that's the thing is, if you're going to try to put something on Fox, or you're going to try to put something on NBC, or you're going to try to put something on ABC, it's people are pretty much not going to watch that. But they'll watch it if you put it on Hulu. They'll watch it if you put it on.
Which one was SAG on last?
SAGs are on Netflix now this year.
Oh yeah.
They're
on
Netflix.
Last year the Oscars were on Disney Plus or ABC. You could watch them on Disney Plus and ABC at the same time.
Yeah, and they have done stuff like that before. Like the Emmys, I think, were on Peacock and on
NBC.
and NBC at one point.
Not sure. The Fox has them now,
Yeah.
but Peacock had them. You're absolutely Peacock did have them.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
Fox.
I remember
So
too. Like
the problem is Fox don't have
So,
the right streaming services. They don't have they have all these freaking streaming services. None of them are accessible to where you have all your shows where you could just watch live stuff. They got this one's for news and this one's for sports and this one's for this.
I mean, I guess you could say Hulu. Hulu is that way because Hulu is like, Fox stuff is on Hulu.
Yeah, you can probably get a lot of Fox
too.
stuff now on Hulu.
But the Netflix one, though, like that actually like gave out one of my favorite speeches of all time last year too. Is the James Hahn speech? Remember when they won Best Ensemble? He said, "Well, look at us now." That was hilarious.
Yeah. That was great. But my other things I want to say is the thing I'm confused on. Like the reason I'm conflicted on this is voting ending in 2 weeks. It's gonna be normal again, just like the last.
I'll tell you the reason why. And I don't want to. I apologize for interrupting. I don't mean to.
That's what we do.
Try to actually help you guys out here, because they wanted to keep the same timetable for the voting, so then people can't say, "Well, I get to go back and watch Jury Duty. I get to go back and watch Fleischman is Dead or Fleischman whatever," in all these shows. And then, I get to vote for these shows because now I've seen these shows. They wanted it to stick with the same timetable, so then people can't go and say, now I want to watch this show. Oh, I'm going to vote for this person because I watched this 2 months after the quote-unquote voting. But now they changed the voting, so they had to stick with the normal voting. So then people can't say, well, I get to catch up with this and I get to catch up with that and so forth and so forth. Go ahead, Wolf. Sorry.
No, you're good. That definitely helps me to sum it up because the thing is, it's just whenever we get the January awards, it'll be January, February, March, like it'll be 6 months, and then we're gonna get more nominations. It's not gonna be like, there's not like the time framing there is gonna be so off from when we get it in January to when we get our next set of nominations. It's like
the cutoff is May 1 is the cutoff. So anything that comes after May 1 is in that calendar year. Anything before May 1 is in the previous calendar year. So once the voting is over, it's over. May 1 of this year, 2023, and always up to May 1 next year, that's what the voting will be on. So you're just going to have, if they settle, which I don't think they will, you'll just get 2 Emmys in the same calendar year. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, which I guess the more the merrier. But
yeah, because plus two, I think the days, except for network TV, of a show being nominated every single year is over.
Yeah, I mean,
streaming services always seem to take a year or 2 break now. That's what I mean.
Well, you still have also Only Murders in the Building, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All these shows have all been nominated.
Wednesday.
White Lotus 2 years in a row, Succession. So if the shows they keep coming out, you gotta get that.
Those are still though technically streaming shows because that's where they are most popular is streaming. So,
but I meant that like Andor. Andor, is not and like Wednesday, in Squid Game, how they took a break between their first and second
House
season.
of the Dragon. We're not going to get another one of those for a couple of years. Andor, we're not going to get a couple of years. Stranger Things, we're not going to get for probably 2025.
Stranger Things, right, and then Severance. Severance has completely halted production until the strike is done. So yeah, there's several shows that are going to be affected by this.
Get ready for reality television, boys. You're going to see a lot of reality television.
And that scares the crap out of me.
And that also, why?
Mike, you know what scares me?
Why?
Guess what came out of the last writer's strike?
What?
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh God!
A lot of reality shows.
Yeah.
Wait, that came out of the that came out of the, and if you know what really Michael, you've seen the show Gallivant, right? You were talking about me about that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What pisses me off the most is, I'm sorry, if we could not get 3 seasons of that show, but we can get 15, 20 seasons of the fucking Kardashians.
Yeah.
I want to see the Kardashians. That's why.
Okay, there's
But-
only
I mean, hey.
there's only 2 reality shows that I watch, and then like I'm not afraid to admit because like they're not reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like Triple D, and then Guys Grocery Games. That's it.
Now hold up. I had one more point. I will say this. They could still do a host even without the strike if they get one of like these type of people. You get like a Billy Crystal, a Steve Martin, or like, you know, a Ryan Reynolds, someone who can literally just improvise the entire show. And that way, especially like Ryan Reynolds, he's great at improvising. If you just got Ryan Reynolds to improvise
If the strike
throughout
is
the
over, yes.
Kevin Hart.
throughout the year,
Kevin Hart
yeah,
would be-
just people like that who could just literally just improvise their way through an award show, and then that way you can still have a host, you can still have the traditional stuff there. It's just going to be a little different, but
I have an even better idea. Will Smith and Chris Rock and the whole shtick could be that I'm joking about this, okay? The whole shtick of the show could be that the podium is always in front of Chris Rock and Will Smith handing the Oscar, so it's like, the Oscar this year goes to, and he has to put his hand in front of Chris Rock every single time.
No, actually, you kind of say something that's kind of funny, but it's actually, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea. I think Chris Rock and The Rock. I mean, Kevin Hart and The Rock, to me, they have such chemistry together. I think they could really. Did any of you guys watch that Chris Rock interview show on Peacock where he's interviewing all these different?
No, it's been on my list. I want to see that.
I mean, he's just so good with these people that you could have Kevin Hart. I say Chris Rock. I meant Kevin Hart, and The Rock would be freaking amazing because they have such good chemistry together. They could ad lib stuff on the fly so good because they have so good chemistry. But
yes, but though, if you guys really want things to be like unpredictable, like when Ricky Gervais did it, Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah. I mean, some people find him funny and others don't. You know,
I can see him walking down like to The Rock and go, "I want you to slap me in the face as hard as you can," and The Rock actually does it.
I would personally love like Ryan Reynolds would be fun. I would personally also love to have a Steve Martin and Martin Short. You know, those two.
That would be a good. But like Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Chris Hart. I mean, Kevin Hart and The Rock. Yeah, you'd have to get like a duo, like they did Amy Poehler and Tina Fey a couple years back, and that was pretty good. You know, so you got to get people that can really do a good job of ad libbing because you can't have a teleprompter. There's no teleprompter.
Just have Ricky Gervais unfiltered. Just be like, okay, Mr. Gervais, go out there, say whatever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Golden Globes did it a couple years, and I don't know if anybody else has watched it.
Yes,
that was
yes.
He actually did one of my favorite. He did one of my favorite like rag.
Everybody would watch.
Time. Is now like he says like I could see all of you, like came in here in limos. He says, and the license plates were made by Felicity Huffman because she got busted for that college cheating scandal, and she went to jail for it.
That's another thing too that Brian brings up because we the Golden Globes have been bought this year. So by like I forget who they were bought by. They were bought by a company, but they were bought by a company today recently, and so now I don't know if the Globes are going to happen again this year or what. I don't know what's going on there, but
or if they
that's another thing that
No, they wouldn't take a year off because they did that recently. You know, there was one last, but there wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't think there was one before that. Oh, he left.
Because the Golden Globes are fun. They're not like the classy award show, but they're kind of fun. Everybody's like letting loose, you know, kind of a
It's
thing.
like
you know?
it's like 89 of us voting for an award. You know,
Yeah.
a bunch of people that get wined and dined, and then they get to go all over the world and do this, that, and the other, and then they get to vote on an award. That's all it is. You know?
Because like, in what world was that stupid Johnny Depp Angelina Jolie movie get nominated for Best
Tourist.
Picture?
The Taurus.
Yeah,
And then
that
we
was-
had The Martian in comedy. You know, and then how about the Kate Hudson musical? 2 years
Oh,
ago?
God.
That was terrible.
Luckily, Mike's not here because Mike would rant about that.
Good
That
thing, and like it would be like it would almost be like having me in charge of the Oscars, and Ross
God.
knows how
No.
dangerous that would be.
No, Dan, you do not want that. Do you know why? Barbie wins every single award, including like Best Foreign Language.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, Barbie's going to get a lot of nominations.
Yeah, but no. He would want it to win every single award.
Yeah, well,
The
just
winner
because
is
you want it to do
The
doesn't mean
Spanish
it's gonna happen.
version of Barbie.
We'll get into that discussion here soon. We'll,
You're-
Oh my lord! I'm sorry about that. My computer was stupid and just kicked me for whatever reason.
When I go out to the award show, guess what?
You kicked me. But
You know what I
what?
think is impossible though with the award show again?
What?
There was this movie called Grand Hotel, right?
Yeah.
It'll never happen in the Oscars again, ever.
Why? What?
It got one nomination and won Best Picture. That was its only nomination, and it won.
have you seen Grand Hotel, though? That's the
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
Good movie. A very good movie.
Yeah.
What was it, 1928?
32.
32, yeah. Great movie. I recommend everybody see it. It's just, but you got to remember the times, Ross. Things were different. And
Yeah.
speaking of the times, we do need to change that. We need more nominations in the acting categories.
Yes.
And we need about 3 more other categories. Don't get me started on this, Wolf. I'll go on for hours about this.
Yeah, and then like our friend though, like he wants a this word called like best song score, best song within the score.
All right, I'll tell you, Ross, I'll tell you here real quick. We don't want to go off too much on this, Michael. We need best under 18 actor / actress. Combine them into one category.
Yep.
We need
I can
best
agree.
stunts.
Yep.
We need
Mhm.
best mocap / voiceover. And I think instead of ensemble, because it's not about actors, you do best casting, and the casting director gets up there and accepts the award. Best
I've been
cast.
saying that for years.
They have got to add those 4, I think, because first of all, you go back to Anna Paquin that won. She was 12 years old, won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for The Piano. They've been only maybe 3 under 18 actors that have even been nominated for an Academy Award since
Yes,
then.
there should have been
Yes.
4.
It's ridiculous that these kids can't get a break, you know. And I think under 18 actors / actors, especially, how about Andy Serkis? He'd probably have 3 Oscars right now.
Yeah, but like
Mocap
you know who the
/
fourth actor though should have been nominated for an Oscar?
I mean,
Jacob Tremblay in Room.
yes, he got nominated.
No, he didn't.
No, okay, all right, never mind then. But yeah,
Yeah, not for Room.
I thought he did.
Yeah, because there was a time when that was around the time when they thought, oh well, you know, it's too, we can't nominate kids no more for whatever reason. They think that nominating kids is just like, that's just one thing that, like, things definitely have to change at the Oscars. Like, I love the Oscars so much, but there are definitely things that have to change. Like the fact that, yeah, those categories need to be added, but also, like, they have a, even if they don't want to admit it, they have a straight up horror bias. Straight up. Like the fact that, like, you know, Get Out was, I think, the last one to be nominated for Best Picture. it's just like
Mia Goth.
that's just
Mia
proof
Goth.
right there. They have a,
Mia Goth
I-
And if
should
the,
have
if the
won.
Emmys and a lot of Critics' Choice in these other categories can bump up their numbers of 6 or 7 or even 8 in some cases, why can't the Academy Awards bump up to 6 or
Yeah, because
and
For the
um,
last
and
one,
if
I feel like 8 would be too much to like. If you
7?
looking at like Best Supporting Actor this year, I mean, for the Emmys, 4 nominations for The White Lotus, 4 nominations for Succession.
No, I know. I know what you're talking about.
I feel like
That is a
and,
little bit much. Come on, watch some other damn shows, people. That's
Oh,
all.
no,
and I feel
Don't blame those shows.
Oh,
You just
I
don't
feel
blame
like
those shows.
more
Blame
respect
the people voting that they aren't watching more shows.
yeah.
and
Don't
more
blame the
respect.
shows.
Because
More
did you watch
respect
season 2
has
of The White
to
Lotus,
be-
Dan, right?
I
You did,
love
right?
it. I love
Okay,
I love
because like I'm sorry, like I think with the Asian guy was good. He is not nomination worthy.
Oh yeah, that guy wasn't that good.
And more respect has to be given to, I feel like, comedies in the movie genre, like if you look at the Oscars, it's always those like it's typically those like really serious, dark, and it's like
You're right.
it's like what's stopping a hilarious comedy from being the best movie of the year? Like,
I will tell you the reason. They don't think it's serious enough. And in a comedy that's about 2 gay guys going to a beach and flaunting around and joking around with a bunch of gay guys on a beach or something, that's to them isn't high art. That's just a bunch of nonsense.
If Blazing Saddles came out this year, that would be Best Picture worthy.
I'll tell you, 1975, right? Was it 74 or 75 with Blazing Saddles?
Yeah, I think
Mel Brooks had 2 that year. And I'm telling you right now, the Orient Express, Murder on the was not as good as either Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles. How the Murder on the Orient Express gets one of those nominations and either Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles doesn't? That's a trap.
Blazing Saddles to me is the smartest comedy ever made. Is one of the smartest, like everybody says it's racist, and I'm like, no, if you look at the context of the movie, this is the most un-racist movie that
just
I've
like
ever
the Best
seen.
Picture of 1996. The English Patient, I'm sorry, is a little boring. Like, do you really think that movie is actually better than The Birdcage, a comedy?
Yeah.
It's that's why
they were back to their hoity ways in the late 90s.
That's why I get so happy when a more lighthearted movie gets nominations, because I'm like, I want to see a movie win that is not about a woman I'm making something up, whose drug addict father killed the woman's mother.
What's your actual name, dude? Is it Ken?
It's Andrew is his actual name, but
Andrew, let me tell you something. I hate to say it, buddy. You're gonna get serious subject matter that's gonna win the Oscar this year for Best Picture, because it's gonna come down to Oppenheimer and Killers of the Flower Moon.
I love
Oppenheimer. I think
Oppenheimer was a great movie. I will even admit, I loved Oppenheimer. Barbie is my number 1 movie of the year, but I will fully admit, Oppenheimer is amazing. Like, I saw that movie twice. Cillian Murphy, give him, if the Oscars were today, be like, just send him his Oscar right now. Just send it to him. I would love to see other things non-nominated, but just getting a nomination, I feel it's okay. At least your name is out there. Like if Ryan Gosling got a nomination, okay, it's a nomination. His name is out there. So even if you lose, you're nominated.
Yeah.
The only way he loses is if Leo beats him. Go ahead, Wolf.
Well, what about Paul Giamatti?
Oh yeah,
or
because that's the thing is some people are saying Cillian Murphy, and this is a good segue into talking about the about Oppenheimer's chances, but but Cillian Murphy, people were saying is like his best performance in Oppenheimer, but then I'm hearing people say Leonardo DiCaprio gives his all-time best performance in Killers of the Flower Moon, so it's like it'll
And
be
then what about
interesting to
I've
see.
heard though Bradley Cooper and Maestro, even though the movie's not that good, I've heard.
Maestro.
And then I've heard like, and I heard about Paul Giamatti and the Holdovers.
That might get moved. That might get moved.
I am excited for the holdovers. I am. Saw the trailer for that. I'm very excited.
If it stays in TIFF, it'll come out this year. Focus will put it out this year. But if it doesn't stay in TIFF, forget about it. And then he's moving to next year. The same thing with the Maestro. Same thing with Bob Marley. You can almost guarantee right now, I'll put money on it right now, Bob Marley, forget about that being in this year. It's going to next year. But Maestro is one of those ones that's on the fence, and the Holdovers is on the fence. If Focus wants, because right now Focus is in trouble with this. They got nothing except for Asteroid City, and that's more of the production stuff than acting or any of that kind of stuff. Wes Anderson's got a second movie. He's probably better off pushing the second movie than he's going to push. Focus Features is just, they're just all over the place in trouble. They just have no idea what they're doing. So my thing is, Paul Giamatti looks like he could give a sideways Robin Williams type of performance from what was the school when he was at the school when he was my captain,
Dead Poet Society,
that type of performance. And so he could be in the mix, but you gotta watch what Focus does. Focus might say, well, hell with this, we have nothing coming out next year, boom, we're moving it to next year. That's the danger we're in, guys, that all these film festivals that are coming up, if these movies actually play the film festivals, there's a good shot we could get them to come out this year. But if they skip the film festivals, which Holdovers is at TIFF, and it's really the only big thing that people are looking forward to at TIFF right now. There's a lot of foreign films at TIFF. If that gets out of there, forget about it. It's going to next year. Paul Giamatti ain't even sniffing an award this year. But Oppenheimer, I'm looking at 11 nominations right now, okay? In my opinion, it's I'll tell you right now, as of this moment, today, what's August 14th? August 14th for me. Mm-hmm. It's my best picture winner as of today. I have not seen Killers of the Flower Moon and a bunch of these other films yet. Best picture, best director for Nolan, best actor for Murphy, best supporting actor for Downey, best screenplay, best editing, best sound, best cinematography, best score, best production value, and maybe, just maybe, and that's a stacked category, is best supporting actress for Emily Blunt, and hair design, costumes. So possibly 12 or 13 nominations right now, as of right now for Oppenheimer. That's me, guys. I don't know what you guys think. I'm just
I can agree to most of those. I think Emily Blunt did a decent job, but I just felt that the script wasn't as focused on her. That is the biggest problem. I feel, that like.
Yeah. But I think it's the alcoholism and the thing at the end where she doesn't shake Benny Safdie's hand and she's got that face. I think that's what could possibly get her in there. But it's such a stacked category, best supporting actress. She's probably going to fall by the wayside. That's why I said maybe.
Yes. So, like if they gave her more stuff to do, then absolutely. But the movie was about Oppenheimer, and it was 3 hours long. So if they wanted to give her more stuff, that would have been we can make this movie 3.5 hours long or 4 hours long, which at that point just make it a two-parter.
Yeah, and for me, I'm kind of in in a similar boat with Oppenheimer, but beforehand, I want to talk about the fact that if Holdovers does come out this year, I think while Cillian Murphy, everyone think would be the most deserving win, probably the Oscars loves to do this. They love to award that like old, actor that's been around for a while. The actor that hasn't won an Oscar, that just hasn't, like, they love to do that and love to give I think Paul Giamatti would be that career award. And they'd be like,
But you
and they'd
forget,
be like,
Billy Murphy's been around for 25 years. He's been acting since 28 Days Later in some of these British things. We haven't seen him because he was doing British movies. Like
True.
The Wind That Shakes the Barley. You never heard of that movie, did you?
no.
Great movie. Go look it up. Phenomenal. Cillian Murphy's phenomenal.
Yeah, but do you know how many Oscar nominations Paul Giamatti has in his career?
He's got some. You're right.
One.
Well, he should have won for American Splendor. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, but he was nominated for Cinderella Man. That's the only movie he's been nominated for.
Yeah, best
He
supporting
wasn't
actor.
nominated for Sideways?
No, that's considered like one of the biggest Oscar snubs of all time.
I
agree with you,
want
Wolfman.
I want this movie to come out this year for one main reason. I saw the trailer, and Michael, I was thinking about this movie. I'm adding this movie onto my list that it could take my number one spot. That if it's as good as the trailer makes me think that it could be, and it has as much heart and as much joy and as much love and as much emotion as the trailer shows, then for all I know, this could be my number one. And I want this movie to come out, and I think it will come out only for one reason. Because if like all of these other big movies are moving, they can be like, wait a minute, this is our chance to give our movie some cash. This is
cheap right now. I'll tell you that right now. Not to interrupt you. They are freaking cheap. They're not even press screenings. I'm not getting any screenings of any of their movies right now in my market. And I'm one of the top 50 markets in this country, top 30 or 40. And I'm not getting any focus screening. You know how many times I have to wait to Peacock to see some of their movies? That's the love that I'm getting as a film critic. So that tells you how much money they're really throwing in.
Like somehow Blue Beetle has press screening today.
For what?
Blue Beetle has press screening today, I think.
Yeah, not in my market.
No, because in LA, Christian Harloff posted a review.
I know. Yeah. Orlando gets David Zaslav is screwing us left and right. We're actually reaching out to the publicists, and we're trying to come up with a package to where we could go to our publicists and say, we got to do something about why our market isn't getting this stuff from Focus and Warner Brothers. We're getting shafted by Focus and Warner Brothers all year this year.
Do you think it's political?
It's this. They don't want to put the money in screenings. That is money. They have to buy the theater, pay someone to be a monitor, do the whole marketing thing about the screening. And so they pick either Tampa or Orlando. And lately, they've just been picking Tampa. And it's driving me freaking bananas. That's a 2-hour drive for me.
I've been to Tampa, nice place, and I've been to Orlando, but
my city though always gets screwed in terms of the screenings too. Like I live in San Diego, we don't hardly get shit too.
That sucks because you're only 2 hours from LA. You're telling me 2 hours from LA you can't get a goddamn screening?
Yeah. You would think, but yeah, they're not doing good there as far as screenings are concerned. Here in Virginia, I mean, we're lucky to even we get a film festival here, but we're lucky to even get like those kind of early screenings.
How close to Middleburg do you live, Wolfman?
I live on the right near like North Carolina kind of area, like South Carolina kind of area. So like
hours, half hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. How far away from Middleburg do you live?
Oh, probably like 3 hours or so,
Oh God,
something
man!
like that.
I was hoping you lived a lot closer because I'm planning on going to Middleburg this year, and I need a place to stay.
I'm not a professional
Oh,
reviewer. I'm not a professional reviewer or anything, but they would not have anything near me. I'm literally from New Hampshire,
I used to live in New Hampshire.
yeah.
so I do not see like them saying, you know what, let's send the press screenings to New Hampshire.
You have to go to Boston, right? You have to go to Boston, right?
I
Yeah,
would have to go to
probably.
Boston.
Yeah. But for me, I am in the same camp as you. I think it'll also get around like 12 or 13. I think one, I don't know if you mentioned it, Dan, but one, even though the film didn't really have that many, I could see a best visual effects nomination for Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I'm saying no on that because he's really big on practical effects, and he really did a great job of practically making the bomb at the end of the second segment. So I'm going to say no on because they really do like to do the big comic book movies. I think Guardians is going to get in there.
But they did Top Gun Maverick though, and that was pretty much almost all practical. So.
Yeah, but the fact that the editing covered up a lot of the visual effects, it was real subtle visual effects. You're right. I agree. I got you. It's subtle visual effects in Maverick. I just think they're gonna not. They want to put like the big kind of comic booky movies in visual effects and that stuff. Maybe not saying it's gonna get in there, but maybe like a Haunted Mansion, which the visual effects are fantastic in that. The movie itself isn't good at all. I don't recommend seeing that if other than the visual effects, which is the best part of the movie. You know, the ghosts and stuff are really good.
Yeah.
And I've heard that Jared Leto's effects are creepy as hell for a kid.
Yeah, man. He's really great in that. Just the movie is just terrible.
Mike, do you know which one he plays, though?
Yeah, he's the main villain.
No. You know Jared Leto. Do you know which one he is? Do you remember? Have you been on the ride, right? You know, in the Haunted Mansion?
No, I've been on the ride. Never been on the ride.
I've never been on it.
Okay, but you've seen the Three Ghosts, right? Like the tall ghost with the skeleton face?
Yeah.
He plays a Hatbox Ghost.
Isn't that the one in the trailer? The one that's like the...
I think so, yeah.
He's great. He's great. I love Jared Leto in the movie as the villain. The story is just God almighty. It's just a dumb. This is supposed to be a scary movie and a funny movie. It's neither one of them.
Oh
so,
man, I've not gone out to see that one because I'm not excited for it, but at all. I don't know. I've completely
but I'm not.
Lost my interest in Disney remakes now. There's no. I'm just not interested in Disney remakes when they come out. So I haven't seen that one.
I do want to see it. I'll just wait until it's on Disney Plus. Like
I'm waiting for Halloween because it looked like a good Halloween movie, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save this for Halloween.
How about Ross give his thoughts on Oppenheimer?
I have like 10 or 11 too. I loved it, and then I think Robert Downey Jr. is actually like one of the favorites to win Best Supporting Actor. But like Cillian Murphy, I don't know. He doesn't really have that showy scene, like that Oscar clip moment. He doesn't really have that, but though he's still really good. And then like I think it's actually going to be a 3-horse race for Best Picture between that, Killers, and Past Lives.
And I love Past Lives. I will tell you this. Up until Oppenheimer came out, Past Lives was my number one movie of the year, and I was looking at like 5 nominations for that. But I think it's gonna drop down. Like when Holdovers, when Dune, when Color Purple, and some of these other ones hopefully come out, I think you're gonna see Past Lives drop down, and it might sit in there at the 8 or 9 or 10 spot as just because it's so good and it did get such great reviews. But I just don't think it's gonna be a winner in anything. I think you're going to see probably Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Screenplay. And why will I say 4? Oh, John Magaro, maybe Best Supporting Actor for John Magaro. 5, I'm looking at 5 possibly for Past Lives. And the more movies that drop out, the better chance Past Lives has. I think.
Yeah, you know what I think could be my
Yeah.
10th though is Spider. I think there's 10 Spider-Verse will get in for 10th or it's 9th or 10th.
See, that to me would be a number 3, just because I think Across the Spider-Verse is such a big kind of like movie right now.
I
That I feel like that.
Time for these guys. You just let me
I
know
feel
what
like.
you want to take. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'll be excited for that. But no, I agree with what Ross is saying about Robert Downey Jr. I feel like that would be another, like, he would actually deserve it because he was fantastic. But I feel like that
He should already have
would
an
be-
Oscar though, in my opinion.
But-
he should already have an Oscar.
He should, and I feel like it would be
Chaplin.
that. I feel like it would be that kind of I feel like it would be that kind of Oscar that'd be like, you've been around in Hollywood for a while. Welcome back to, like, you're done with Iron Man. Welcome back to the more serious kind of roles, more serious kind of movie. So here you go, buddy. This Oscar is yours. I feel like it would be a great way to, like, reward him and honor his career that he's given us so far. So
Can I?
he's done.
Well, can I just say something? Okay, I've been watching the Oscars for going on 50 years. 1980. I was 6 years old. I watched the Oscars in 1980. And so when I was 6 years old, I saw Robert De Niro win Best Actor. And I saw Scorsese lose and Raging Bull lose. And I saw John Hurt lose. And I saw The Elephant Man lose. So as the years have gone by, I just have kind of got used to my favorite people like Paul Newman lose for The Verdict to Ben Kingsley and Gandhi. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
I think you need to get used to the fact that they always get it wrong, and then they try to make up for it 5, 6, 7, 10 years later.
Yes.
How on earth does Al Pacino not win a single Oscar in the 70s? Serpico, Godfather, The Godfather Part 2, Dog Day Afternoon. How does he not win anything for those 4 movies? Nothing. Scarface doesn't win for Scar, and then he wins for Scent of a Woman. Oh wait, we forgot to give Al Pacino an Oscar. Same thing goes for Paul Newman. At least 3 or 4 times he should have won. HUD, the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, The Sting, all these, and then the Verdict was the performance of his entire lifetime. Doesn't win because of Ben. Ends up winning for The Color of Money. Character he even played better in The Hustler. So these guys, you're not going to get it. And so the fact that Robert Downey Jr. and Paul Giamatti haven't won, and that, so there's this narrative that these, but Cillian Murphy hadn't won either, and he'd been around 20 something years. You know what I mean? So
we deal with Denzel
Brendan
Washington
Fraser
too.
won last year, who had never been nominated or whatever. So you can't really say what these people are thinking in their minds of what is deserving of a nomination and what is deserving of a win. And we've added so many people to the Academy that you don't even know if a bunch of Caucasian white guys will get nominated, which it's looking like this year, like the white guys again.
Yeah, you're right.
Why does it always have to be a bunch of white guys getting up? Because they're the best actors, or they give the best 9 out of 10 times. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, you get a Denzel or a Will Smith or something like that, Jamie Foxx. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But most of the time, it's a bunch of white guys who keep getting nominated over and over again because they're the ones that are the best actors. Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, don't get your hopes up for these guys to win. Like Paul Giamatti, there's this chance he could get nominated. Robert Downey Jr. right now is probably the front runner, but you don't know who's going to pop up out of the woodwork. Is it like I'm telling you, a guy you got to watch out for? Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo could get a double nomination for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. For
if Rustin comes out this year.
Well,
if Rustin comes out this year.
Netflix don't care. They'll put Rustin out. It should have come out last year. They pushed it to this year. They did.
True.
So Rustin, Best Actor for him, Best Supporting Actor for his role in The Color of Money. He could get a double nomination. Coleman Domingo. Do not count out Coleman Domingo.
Oh no, I'm definitely not going to count him out. I just know that, like, it's been I think since the 2010s or so, maybe early 2000s, I felt this, like, trajectory. Like, for example, while he did deserve it, it's like what you were mentioning with Martin Scorsese in Raging Bull. He should have won for that, but then you get him winning all these years later for the for The Departed, and there's like,
I want
and
to tell you
there's
the
like,
story
oh,
how we won. I keep interrupting you, but I don't mean to.
No.
I'll tell you. The year before, remember a little movie? I don't know if you guys know this movie. It's coming out on Blu-ray here pretty soon. It's called Hustle and Flow, and there was a song in the Hustle and Flow by Wu-Tang Clan, and Wu-Tang Clan won Best Song for Hustle and Flow. Something out there for a pimp. It's hard out there for a pimp or whatever it is.
I think it's 3-6 Mafia actually,
or whatever. 3-6 Mafia. My bad. They get on the stage and they're like, 2 Oscars for us, 0 for Martin Scorsese. Well, guess what, boys? That fired up the Academy, and they're like, "Well, F you, Wu-Tang Clan or 3-6 Mafia or whoever you're." Next year, Best Picture, Best Director for Scorsese. Is that his best movie? No. But guess what? They're like, "Oh shit, we forgot to give him a Best Picture and a Best Director." So now he's got 2 on his mantle because of what they said, Wu-Tang Clan or whatever, 3-6 Mafia or whatever they were. He should have won 4 times over. You know what I mean? And it happens to these people over and over and over again. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Well, I apologize.
No, you're good. I just and I agree with you. Like, we shouldn't get our hopes up on these people winning, but at the same time, it's like,
no, just like, do you know which
I
one's
just
gonna do that too?
I've noticed a trajectory.
Yeah,
As long
as they don't pull
what they did in the past, I'll be okay.
That was bold. That was BS. That was BS, Ross. She should have won. Even if nobody saw The Wife, or was it The Wife?
Yeah, The Wife.
Yeah.
Even if nobody saw that movie, she should have won. She was the best performance of the year.
Was it?
Do
I think her best performances though is in
Olivia Colman was good. Olivia Colman was good, and she was funny and this and that. But that was the last possible chance you could ever give Glenn Close an award. They should have given it to her. Olivia Colman's had multiple shots at it since then. Just give it to Glenn.
Yeah, because do you know what though? Glenn Close's record in the Oscars is now. Do you know what it is?
0-17, right?
0-8.
0-8. Okay, never mind.
As long as they don't pull La La Land, I'll be okay.
Say that again.
Oh.
As long as they don't pull a La La Land, I'll be okay.
Well, my friend, and I'll tell you right now, I keep giving you guys these stories, and because I just know so. My buddy, he used to be an ESPN Sports Center columnist and a Baseball Tonight columnist. He now works for MLB Network. His name is Adnan Virk. He was hired by the Academy to do the radio broadcast of the Academy Awards that year. And so, if you go online or wherever, you can. Moonlight won Best Picture. Moonlight won Best Picture. That's my buddy Adnan Virk. He got the call of the century.
Wow. And then I've heard about that being rigged. I've heard that was rigged.
No, that was not rigged. It was just they were trying to change things up because there was this whole LGBT Me Too.
No. I meant about what actually happened. You know, like when they read the wrong name.
No,
that was.
They were just idiots. They're old. I'm not saying they're idiots. Warren Beatty and they're just old. They just got the wrong card and read the wrong thing. They wanted to get the hell out of there, off the stage. So he was like, "Oh, it's Moonlight, La La Land. Boom, let's get the hell out of here." And then Justin Hurwitz or whatever gets up. There's no Moonlight. Here's the card. It says it right here. I give a lot of credit to Justin Hurwitz or something Hurwitz. I forget. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, and the way he handled it was very, very well too. Yeah.
If that was anybody else, he'd be like, "Hey, we won." And then the next day, there'd be all this controversy. The dude took the bull by the horns that night and actually did the right thing and said, "No."
When people are laughing, he said, "No, I'm not joking. This is not a joke. Moonlight, you guys really won Best Picture," and they actually held up to the camera. I'm thinking, good for you. You know,
That's a stand-up guy, if you ask me, right there. I mean, but they're going to be linked forever. They're going to be La La Land, Moonlight are going to be linked forever. There's no changing that moment.
Just like my mom remembers when the streaker happened.
Oh yeah, well, 70.
Mike, did you hear about that? Look it up, Mike. A streaker actually ran onto the Oscar stage.
Was it Peter? No, Peter O'Toole. I keep thinking Peter O'Toole. It wasn't Peter O'Toole. It was another British actor. Stage actor that was like one of these like royal thespian actors on stage, and he made a joke about it too. It was kind of funny. If you do look that, you can find a YouTube clip of that.
Oh yeah, there's tons.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm totally gonna have to look that up tonight afterwards. But yeah, going back to our discussion, uh, so we all roughly think that like Oppenheimer is gonna get Best Picture, a Best Director win. I think this is gonna be Nolan's time finally.
Yeah.
And then it'll get like a Best Lead Actor, Best Supporting Actor, and I think those Best Score and Best Cinematography. I think those 7 are locked in. I think, but then the other ones are more so like possibilities, like with the and sound is a lock. I feel too. So that's like 8
Yeah.
that are
Oh,
lost.
yeah.
I feel, but then also you have costume design, production design, stuff like that. I feel like that can also kind of take it as like surprises or whatever, like little background nominations. That could just kind of sneak in there.
Barbie though, I have it winning one award only.
Yeah, we'll segue over to talking about
To Andrew's movie.
Yeah, because
Can
and try to
can
be
I?
and Andrew, I mean this as a friend. I know you love Barbie, but like try to be realistic with your picks. Don't be like,
Can I?
oh, it's gonna win every single category or whatever.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Okay. Keep in mind I'm talking about nominations right now, not wins, but what I feel it could be nominated for. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like it can get nominated for Best Picture. It's going to be the Top Gun Maverick of the year with it's the one that critics and audiences enjoy, made a shit ton of cash. A lot of people went to go see it. So yeah. I feel that best director for Greta Gerwig from Greta Gerwig. I feel that this is the big this one is a lock. I'm just Ken is gonna be nominated. I feel for best original song.
Although don't be surprised, and you will finish, and I'll let you finish here in a second. But don't be surprised if instead, or maybe they'll nominate both. But if instead they go with that Billie Eilish song that was in it, because that's
Yes,
all over TikTok right now. It is.
yes, yes.
It's
But what I could see them doing, since I'm just Ken is so popular, is them doing with not exactly the way they did it, but just like what they did with We Don't Talk About Bruno, with the song is so popular we're gonna play it even though it's really not nominated, but because of the popularity of it we're still going to play it, and then I feel that that depending upon the category, Ryan Gosling could get a category for best actor. He is not gonna win, but a little nod, okay, a little okay. You're squeaking by with a nomination. I feel that best script is a possibility because I've seen a lot of women in particular that were very emotionally affected by this movie. So I feel that it could be nominated for that, and I feel that the other lock is like set and costumes,
Production design.
production design,
production
design.
design and costumes. So
you got
those are the biggies. But I feel the biggest lock is original song and costume, and everything else is like it's probably not gonna win, but hey, it deserves a little spot. It deserves a nod. Do you think that I was somewhat reasonable with my expectations, Michael.
Yeah, actually not bad. Actually, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Right? No, but I will tell you this though. I think I don't like your idea of them putting it at the Ken at the front of the Oscars because I believe it's going to get nominated. And I'll tell you, I think what happened with Lady Gaga last year, I think that's going to happen to Billie Eilish this year. She might get nominated or she might not get nominated. I think because of the fact that she won, I think it's going to cancel her out. And I think they're going to want to nominate something different. And I think because it's in the middle of the movie and it's part of the movie, the Ken song is a major, along with Peaches. Those two are, I almost guarantee, Peaches and the Ken song. Just imagine Jack Black and Ryan Gosling both getting up there singing those songs and having a whole dance number around Ken with the Barbie, with the Kens and stuff.
I love this idea.
Imagine if they reversed it though.
This would be one of the most fun Oscars.
No,
when it
dude,
comes
I
to
mean, no.
those
Imagine
movies.
if they had had up there as a trick though, like they had like Ryan Gosling sing Peaches and Jack Black sing I'm Just Ken.
Oh no, they're not gonna.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, that'd be dumb. Nobody wants to see Ryan Gosling sing Peaches and Jack Black sing Ken. No, that's stupid. They want to see the people in the movies
okay, the
who
Jack Black
sing
has
the
to dress.
songs in the movies, sing the songs.
Jack
'cause
Black
that's
will
the
have
whole
to dress
point
up.
of getting nominated.
Jack Black has to dress up as Bowser.
He'll dress
He
up in a
would.
suit at the beginning,
He would.
go to the red carpet, he'll get interviewed and blah, blah, blah. Then he'll go back. Everybody will be dressed up, and he'll get into the costume and sing blah, blah, blah. He will do something crazy. They will set that up like that. Just like Ryan Gosling will get in the costume and all the Kens will get in the costume when they do the dance number and stuff like that. They'll do all those stage productions of those songs because that's going to help their cause of winning. But then none of them are going to win. I'm telling you right now. And if you guys really want to hear the winner of Best Song this year, I'm telling you right now, it's Diane Warren is going to win for 80 for Brady. She's got not only Gloria Estefan, she's got Cyndi Lauper, she's got at least two, Dolly Parton, a couple other big heavy hitters from the 80s singing that song. 5 massive Grammy winners singing that song. Where if you go back through the history of her nominations, Diane Warren, all of her songs except for like the one Aerosmith did for Armageddon, which she should have won for that, I might add. I'm not even going to get into that. But she's going to get nominated and she's going to win because those 5 ladies are going to get up there. They're going to sing the shit out of that song and she's going to finally win an Oscar for Best Song.
Yeah.
And the Flamin' Hot song can't be, it's a TV movie. Cannot be concluded. If you say, oh, she's doing the song for Flamin' Hot. Nope. TV movie, Hulu, doesn't count.
Yeah, that movie was actually
Keep
not
in mind,
that. It's not that
keep
bad.
in mind
I actually
there's
kind of like
one-
80 for Brady. It wasn't
Very
it was-
good movie. Very
it was-
good.
it was
Keep
fun.
in mind,
Like, have you seen it yet?
there's one thing that we're forgetting about.
What?
Disney's Wish is coming out.
That'll get in the song if the movie is
Yeah,
good.
that
If
that
the
I
movie is
feel
good,
like I'm
Wish
just
gets the song
Ken
nom.
is going to be the winner just because of how big it is, but
What?
be
How big? You can see. I don't think the movie's gonna do that well.
How
What?
big it
What's
is.
going to win? What was?
I'm just Ken.
No, it's not going to win.
I'm just kidding.
It's not going to win. You
No.
forget
No.
some of the most obscure movies that you never even heard of with the song from Diane Warren have gotten nominated. Know why? The
Yeah.
song
And
branch-
also it's been proven fact that the Oscars don't like funny songs. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like
No,
they'll
she
nominate
was
funny
like-
songs,
like,
but they don't like to
she got
award
nominated
funny
last year
songs.
for that movie. 4
This ain't
Good Days.
Eurovision. This ain't Eurovision. They don't want Wolf song or Banana, whatever the hell song that was, Wolf Mother or whatever the hell it was. Great song, but that's Eurovision. That's a whole nother ball of wax. Diane Warren's going to win, and I'm telling you right now, put your money on Diane Warren for 80 for Brady.
Okay. Like, but the only category that I really have Barbie actually winning is for me is best production design.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, same. That's the only
Yeah,
that
that's
and
the
maybe
only
costumes.
one really
That and
have-
costumes.
Well,
And
costumes,
And
costumes.
for
Oppenheimer's costumes are great. Killers of the
Napoleon?
Flower Moon costumes are going to be great. Color Purple costumes are going to be great. Dune costumes are going to be
Napoleon.
great. You don't know. Napoleon
And
costumes are going to be, you don't know. You just don't know.
And for best screenplay, I already know the Oscar. What they're gonna show is their clip.
Well, the only thing
The
is it's going to get into original screenplay. Noah Baumbach will get into original screenplay, whereas Killers in Oppenheimer and Dune were all going to be in adapted screenplay. And so is if Color Purple comes out.
From what I'm hearing, though, I hear that they might be pushing Barbie into adapted just because it's based on an IP, like it's based on Barbie, so that's why.
It's an original screenplay, not based on any story. They're going to look at that. Michael, they will look at it and they will determine that this is an original story, not based on anything existing with Barbie, as far as Barbie's story and past and all that kind of stuff, like on like the toy packages or anything. They'll look at all that, and they're going to determine that it's an original screenplay.
And the Oscar.
Boxcatcher actually got like nominated for like original screenplay because the book was written after the movie came out, and it was just based on the guy's story, so it's not adapted from.
It wasn't based on a book.
Yeah.
The others were all based on books or previous, like The Color Purple is a play based on a movie.
Or like Whiplash, where it was based on a short film, stuff like that.
Andrew, though, about you say though, Ryan Gosling will not get nominated for Best Actor though. He get nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
And Can I just say two things, guys?
Yep. Best Supporting Actor. Okay.
Real quick. Let Dan say his thoughts.
I'll tell you the reason why, Andrew, and I'm not disagreeing with why you said Best Actor. He has to nominate himself, and Warner Brothers have to put him in a category. They know he has no shot in hell in Best Actor. They're going to put him in Best Supporting Actor, whether he's the best actor or not. I say Margot Robbie's best actor, and he's the best supporting actor. That's my opinion. People say, well, he's in the movie, blah, blah, blah. Nobody gives a crap about all that. Remember Christian Bale in The Fighter? What did they do? They put him in supporting. What did he do? Win. I'm telling you, Ryan Gosling's best shot, same thing with screenplay. They have to be in and original and best supporting.
Just like in the movie Fences, too. Fences, Viola Davis. She was in the movie more than him, and yet she had a better chance to win, so they put her in supporting.
Bingo. It's a game. It's a game. Go ahead.
And I feel like for best original screenplay, I already know the Oscar 30-second clip that they're going to use, and I can put money on it.
What?
They're going to use
She might. Oh, that's it. She gets into supporting actress. Maybe.
Yes. Actually, yes, absolutely. She gets in for that category.
That's
absolutely.
The clip. That's
for
the
that
clip
for that scene alone.
They're going to use Barbie in their own Barbie movie. They use America Ferrera. They want a shot at winning something from the screenplay. They better put that clip of America Ferrera. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you want people to see.
Because that monologue is what people walked out remembering was
Bingo.
That was that monologue. So yeah, I think that realistic chances, because the other thing too, and whether it's a flaw of the Academy or not, another thing too that they don't like is goofy performances. I've noticed that. They don't really like your comedic kind of roles. So I feel like with nominating actors from this movie, I feel like it's going to be a lot more of a challenge there. Just because they are more goofy and they are more silly and stuff like that. And that's just going to be kind of, I feel, harder for them to get in because of that.
They're going to nominate them, but they're not going to win.
I still haven't. I don't know if Margot Robbie gets nominated, though. That's the only thing. I don't know if she, because that's the category stacked.
If these people who are in these movies, like May December, like Lee, like The Color Purple, like Dune, Golda, well, yeah, Helen Mirren looks like she's giving it all, her
Yeah.
all on Golda.
Yeah.
If a lot of these movies come out, that Margot Robbie's got a hard time. But if these movies start dropping off, you can only guarantee Margot Robbie gets in there. And if one or two of these big heavy players like Dune or The Color Purple or Lee or May December stick around, Margot's in trouble. Same thing with Ryan. But I see them getting nominations if some of these movies start dropping out of the race. You know?
Yeah.
And
May, December, though, ain't moving.
I could even see them pulling a if we want to get the viewers, let's nominate this person to get the views, because one complaint about the Oscars is they don't nominate things that the common moviegoer goes to see. All right, everybody went to go see Barbie, so
Well,
I could see that happening. I'm not saying I will.
I don't want to keep interrupting you, Andrew. I apologize. I really don't mean to do this, but you forget these are actors, and actors are going to nominate what they think, because they're the largest branch of the Academy. So they're going to nominate the best, what they perceive to be the best performance. If they perceive Margot Robbie gives one of the best performances, she will get in there. There's no doubt. If they perceive Ryan Gosling gives one of the best, he will get in there. They're going to nominate the best. And you're not going to see somebody from Asteroid City get in there, or somebody from something like that get in there. You're gonna,
even though I definitely would, like, there's a couple people from Asteroid City I'd consider getting in there.
I feel bad for you. Jason Schwartzman ain't getting. You know, I like the Asteroid City. Don't get me wrong. It was my third favorite movie of the year. Halfway through the year, I didn't see Barbie yet. I didn't see Oppenheimer yet. You know what I mean? So it's dropped down the list of my favorites of the year. But no, they know that Barbie's high art. They know that. You know, and the $1 billion does not hurt right now. It's going to keep making money. It's going to come out on Blu-ray and 4K. It's going to come out on Max. So it's not going to be out of the public consciousness. So it's going to continue to be in the public consciousness. But the same thing's going to happen with Oppenheimer. That's going to be on Peacock, and that's going to come out on Blu-ray, and that's going to come out on 4K. And don't be surprised that one or both of them get a second run in the theaters if movies start dropping out and these slots open up where they need to put something. Let's put Oppenheimer back in theaters. Let's put Barbie back in theaters. You don't know. But these two are going to be around. It's just a matter of what nominations each one gets. And I'm predicting 7 or so for Barbie and about 11, 12, 13 for Oppenheimer. Give or take one or two either way. You know what I mean?
Like May, December, though, it's not going to move. I can guarantee you that.
No. Netflix bought that in December so they could get that awards run for those two actors, Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman. They ain't messing around. It'll be
Netflix too. So Netflix will put it out because it's because Netflix
got like 3 or 4 big ones. The Killer. They got May December. They got Rustin. They got some heavy hitters.
What do you think though? Do you think that though? That
and Maestro doesn't Netflix have Maestro?
No, I thought that was Warner Brothers.
No, it's Netflix. But like, do you think that though? Do you? I just hope that like Next Goal Wins does not move again. That's Searchlight. That's Disney. So they're much better than Focus. That I think they kind of pushed it to more, but they also pushed the new Yorgos Lanthimos movie right at the first week in December. Primo awards season slot for a movie that they're pushing for awards. So if they put Poor Things right there, I'm telling you, this movie's been in the can for 2 years.
I have it in my best picture lineup now.
Huh?
I have it in my best picture lineup now.
Yeah, you definitely want to put Poor Things in the one. You're right, Ross. That's the one you got to get worried about is next. But it's been pushed for 2 years. It's been in the can for 2 years. But what does Searchlight do? What do they do? Do they put both of them out? Or do they push one to next year? But they've already pushed Next Goal Win for 2 years. It's been in a can for 2 years. So
And
it's
like,
tough.
didn't they have to like reshoot almost the whole movie too? I heard
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but you're
because of Army Hammer.
Oh, that's right.
He was going to be he was going to be the
They
star.
made Michael Fassbender the coach. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. There was
And
a
that
big.
trailer
Yeah,
was hilarious. If you don't laugh at that trailer, you're just not human because that is some funny ass shit.
I love
love that trailer.
I love how it said like the loser of best picture for Jojo Rabbit and stuff like that, and like loser of best.
They're being
like,
the Teen
self-referential.
Choice
They're
Award.
making fun of themselves, which is good. Make fun of yourself. Make a joke about yourself. And then bam, your movie comes out and it's good. And then, oh wow, Next Goal Win is hilarious. We actually get a freaking comedy in there, a couple of comedies. There's a shot at that, guys. Poor Things looks hilarious. Next Goal Win looks hilarious. So you never know. You might get your wish. You might get some comedies this year.
Loser of Best Visual Effects for Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's
oh
funny.
God. Yeah, I mean,
First
no,
Mike's
I
good.
hope
I'm
not.
giving credit. But you have two horses. What do you do?
Because hey, Mike is because like the movie's about a bunch of losers. Do you know why? One game, they lost 31-0 in soccer. Do you know why that's such a big deal?
Why?
Do you know why, though, Mike? Soccer goes by ones.
Yeah, it's America's sport. They're not known for soccer. They're more known for rugby and
31-0 in
the
the
players come to America to play football a lot of the time.
Yep.
Like you see Samoans playing American football. Guess what? That's where they're from. America.
It looks a lot. It looks a lot like Ted Lasso in movie form. That's what it looks like from the trailer vibes I'm getting a bit, which is kind of fun. So I'm definitely down for Next Goal Wins.
What about the
definitely
interested?
Zac
Efron one?
Definitely interested.
What was that, Ross?
What about the new Zac Efron one? I forget what it's called, where he plays the wrestler.
Oh, they moving that to next year. The Iron Claw definitely there. That's out of here, guys. Forget about that.
Has one of your favorite actors in it too.
Well, Jeremy Allen White.
Yes.
Forget about Bob Marley. Forget about the Iron Claw. Forget about Blitz. Forget about. They might even move Lee to next year, even though Kate Winslet. There's a potential that Kate Winslet could get Best Actress now. They could move Lee to next year as well. I'm telling you, a lot of the festival movies, if the Holdovers wins TIFF, it might stick around. And Focus might freaking fall on its sword and say, all right, let's freaking push it and see what happens. But a lot of your Venice, Telluride, Toronto, Savannah, all these are a lot of 9 out of 10 of these movies are going to move to next year. I'll put money on it. So you have to watch the tea leaves and what gets out of here. That's why I'm saying forget about Kingsley Benadir and Bob Marley. He's not even coming close to getting in Best Actor this year. They need they already moved Challengers. Challengers, the tennis movie with Zendaya and who the hell is in that with her? I forget who else is in that with her, but they moved that to next year. That was supposed to come out in 2 weeks. So
yeah, and so they pushed that one, and then Dune Part 2 might get pushed.
Which one?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Do you know which one though? They need to make a decision on it quick though. Is Magazine Dreams.
Well, okay, that's got a difficult situation. That's another Searchlight. The problem is if he the accuser left the country, fled the country. Doesn't that seem like she's guilty to you guys? Mm-hmm. So, but they got now that's going to delay the trial. It is because she left the country. They're going to go find her, bring her back. That's going to keep delaying things. And I think Searchlight is going to have to pull that and push that to next year. With Next Goal Wins and Poor Things, I don't think you're going to put 3 contenders in this year. I just don't think they're going to do it. And the tea leaves are the best actors stacked already.
And Magazine Dreams, that has nothing to do with the strike. I feel that's more just so what everything is happening with Jonathan Majors. So that's just more
they're gonna have to make a decision quick. Do you know why?
No,
why?
They have it. It's in the can. It's already come out at Toronto at Sundance. It's already played at Sundance. They could do whatever they want. They could throw it on Hulu if they want. I think they want to keep this thing as a something in the back of their hand, a card that they could play for next year in case this thing doesn't get settled with Jonathan Majors, they'll have it already with Kingsley Benadir. They'll put him up with him next year and something like that. Because look at that. Look, Ross, just scroll down the list. Best actor's already stacked.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, and from what I'm hearing, Jonathan Majors, he apparently, from what I'm hearing, people are saying like he is win worthy in Magazine Dreams. From what I'm hearing,
me too. Yeah,
so
that's
like
what I've heard. Do you know
But
what
they don't
though?
want to let him. And right now, with Leo, with Bradley Cooper, with Paul Giamatti, with Cillian Murphy, that's 4 right there. I mean,
yeah,
maybe Michael Fassbender and The Killer. Yeah, that's 5. There's 5 right there. So you're talking he's 6. Kingsley Benadir would be like 7. So you're already starting to kind of lose ground already. So if I'm Searchlight, you need some stuff for next year. You could cut your losses and say, okay, we'll wait and see what happens with the trial, and we'll have something for next year that we could push for him. And people are like, oh yeah, we're going to root for him because he did the right thing and this and that and the other, whatever. I don't want to get into politics here, but
No.
yeah. But that's a good segue into talking about, since the cuts are happening now, it's like all the strikes are happening. What films, if we see any, do you think from the first half of the year that we've seen to now, what films do you see as like if other contenders are dropping, maybe they could sneak in there?
right.
Starting with you, Dan. Like what films do you think could sneak in there? What categories could you see those films sneaking in? Like, what do you think?
All right, so this is what I'll tell you right now. I'm just going to go off of Best Picture, all right? I'm going to tell you right now, if some of the movies like The Color Purple, Holdovers, Dune, some of these movies, Next Go Wins, maybe these movies drop out, you could almost guarantee Air gets it.
Yeah.
I'm saying Air's in already, but you almost guarantee Air in. Past Lives is going to barely sneak in otherwise if some of these movies don't move. But I think if they do move, it's in there for Best Picture. Easily Oppenheimer's in for Best Picture because it's my number 1 right now. I think it's the best picture of the year, and it's going to win as of today. Barbie is in there. As of right now, but like you said, this is we're prefacing if some of these things move and get out of the shoot. Barbie, if Holdovers wins TIFF, which we haven't seen Holdovers, but if it wins TIFF, it ain't moving. It's going to stick in. Killers, we know that's a lock. That's locked in October 6th. Then it's going to Apple, so everybody can see it on Apple Plus. Once about 45-day window after the October 6th, which if you do the math, it's right in the Oscars window. So you got Air, Past Lives, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Holdovers. Those 6 right there, I think, are your locks for Best Picture if things stay the way they are.
Yeah, good picks there, and I agree on many of them.
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew?
I feel like all of those, if some of those movies move, I feel like Spider-Verse has a chance of sliding into the Best Picture category if some of those movies move.
And I forgot to mention something, Andrew. And
You can mention your hot take too.
yeah, my hot take is this. I got 2 points to make. There are 2 massive contenders coming out of Cannes that are going to come out this year, and that's God, I can't think of the names of them now. One is a courtroom drama, a foreign film by Jonathan Glazer. The other one is God, I just can't.
the zone
of interest, and then one other. There are 2 foreign films.
Yeah.
You could get multiple foreign films.
Anatomy of Fall.
Yeah. Anatomy of a Fall. Garrett, absolutely. So there's your 8. I think you could almost guarantee those 2 get in if 3 or 4 or 5 get the hell out of this year and go to next year. You could get 2 foreign films into the top 10 this year. And Andrew, I hate to say it, I think the best animated movie of the year hasn't even come out yet. It's coming out in less than 2 weeks. And once you guys see this movie and see the trailer, you're going to be like, it's going to blow your mind. It's called The Warrior King or Warrior King. Unbelievable animation. The story looks phenomenal.
Wow.
I mean, it's just like so freaking gorgeous. And nobody saw this coming. And guess what? China. It's from China. So this could be the first time a foreign animated film besides Hayao
Holy crap. I'm just looking at the images from it, and holy crap.
So I don't even think Spider-Verse is the best animated movie of the year, boys.
Just by this one frame, and I'll send in their private chat, Mike, so you can look
This
up right
is
now.
phenomenal looking.
Yeah.
And I've been fighting and
Look.
clawing for a damn screener for at least 2 weeks now, and they keep waffling back and forth because these Chinese publicists are dicking me around. I may get it, I may not get it. So I'm telling you, Spider-Verse might not even be the best animated movie of the year. Nobody knows this.
But I feel like it's just like that consensus already, though. Like people have like, it was almost like it was I don't know if that movie, this The Warrior King, is gonna have as big of a cultural impact. That's the thing, is Across the Spider-Verse had such a huge like cultural impact.
Good point. But you forget, China is Asian. How much of the population is Asian in the world?
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
You know, here and everywhere else of Asian population. And the other one I forgot to mention, you got it's not moving. It's sticking to that November Thanksgiving date, and that's Napoleon. And that's going to be right. And then that 45-day window as well will be in January, right when all the voters are voting for all these awards. So so there's your 10 right there for me. I got those 10, but you guys might have something different. So
I do have a surprise though in Best Actress. I hope. I don't know. I don't think it'll happen, but it could. Florence Pugh.
Nope. Forget about it.
No, not for Best Lead Actress. I thought that she was. I hope it happens, but I know it won't. Even if things move for A Good Person.
No, shit. No, people that got so bad in reviews, no one's gonna nominate her.
Yeah.
For that. And
I mean, she was great. She was great in the film. Like I watched it. She was great, but
it was a good movie. I thought too. Did you mind?
I saw it a couple weeks ago on Blu-ray, and I didn't like it that much. So that's just me. But hey, I'm glad you liked it, Ross.
Yeah.
There is a because my favorite movie of all time got horrible ratings, and that's Hook. Hook is my favorite movie of all time. So
yeah,
I love Justin Humber's book.
Oh, he's so good. But I mean, hey, there's a movie I know you don't like, Dan, that I think should get nominated only for Best Original Song. That's the only category I think it should get is Theater Camp. Cause I think the ending, because that ending song at the end, I thought that was like
you don't know. I mean, that could be the theme this year of weird off the wall songs get the nominations. You know what I mean? You don't know. That could give you. I can't stand theater camp. Oh, I got it. But I'm not a theater guy. I never went to theater camp. I never went to any kind of camp when I was growing up. So this wasn't my jam. But I knew when I saw it, it was geared towards a certain group of people. Like my buddy Dylan Randazzo, freaking loves this movie. My buddy Sean, who's my editor of one of the sites I read, love this movie. I'm not the demographic for this. And I knew it going in. And I thought, all right, I'm going to see this. And hopefully I like it. And unfortunately, I didn't like it. But I mean, you can't like everything.
No. Yeah.
So it's the summer for that girl from The Bear, though, because she has another one coming out. Is this the summer for her?
Yeah. With TNT.
She has Bottom.
Bear. Yeah. And Bottoms.
Yeah, any day now. I think it's in the next couple of days, actually, like within a week of now, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm interested for that because of Rachel Sennett. I love Rachel Sennett and anything. She's so good.
Bodies, in the Idol. She's in the Idol.
Yeah, and also in Shiva Baby, and she was excellent.
Yeah.
Wow, and the Rotten Tomato score, Mike, too, is surprising for Bottoms, though.
Yeah, like a 97, right?
Studio for that, Ross. While you're looking at production. Tell me, because I might have to reach out to my publicist and get that. I've been trying to reach out for them to get that. I haven't had any luck.
Orion.
Orion. Okay.
MGM too.
Okay, yeah. Orion and Jim. That was sorry about that, guys. but no, I think the two. There is one thing I'm very conflicted on because you mentioned past lives and then you mentioned zone of interest. My big thing is I'm worried past lives gets the shaft because what if they try to campaign zone of interest so much? Like, what if they put all their money, all their campaigning money that they do have into zone of interest or any of like their.
Isn't that
like,
one Neon and one's A24? They're not both A24, are they?
No, zone of interest is A24 and past lives is A24.
Wow, yeah. Well, you forget they had the whale last year and kill everything everywhere all at once. So they had multiple things that they were pushing last year. And Marcel the Shell with shoes on. So they had multiple things. So they can push multiple things in multiple categories.
Yeah, they could. I know I just don't know about like best picture, both of them getting in, just because it's like I don't know if they would push it.
Well, zone of interest is in foreign film no matter what. You could forget. I mean that and the other one.
That's winning foreign film. I think. Yeah. It's.
And then last
how many years in a row?
I think
how many years in a row have we gotten a either best foreign film nominee or a best foreign film director in either best director, best screenplay, or best picture? Go back how many years now? We've gotten a mix of like it's not all of those, but a mix of those.
Yeah,
2 of the 3 of those the last however many years. So there's a shot that some of those could get into some of those categories.
Yeah.
All the time. Like original screenplay is non-existent right now. So you can almost guarantee Past Lives getting in original screenplay.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that one's going to get in for original screenplay, and if that one is like in the winning discussion for original screenplay, I think picture is even stronger for it and stuff. So,
but like last year, a foreign film almost won Best Picture, I think too. I didn't almost win, but it came in second, I think.
And Past Lives is still my favorite movie of the year. I love that movie to death.
There's no doubt about it. It's a great movie. It's my number 2.
It's my number 2.
Yeah, it's so good. Oppenheimer is close. It's like number 2 for me. Oppenheimer is, but Past Lives is just it affected me so emotionally. I just love that movie so much, and so yeah, for me, I think the ones that you could get definitely in Best Picture, as far as ones that's come out earlier, like I agree with you. I think Air is getting in. I think that one Viola Davis could also get in there too if it's not as.
He's not going to get in there. I don't think he'll get in this
year. You never know if things are dropping. If things are dropping, dude.
Who's he?
Matt Damon.
Oh, okay. Matt Damon. Yeah. Best actor stacked. So Matt Damon's 6 or 7 as of right now, probably.
Probably, yeah. He's probably not going to get in. I mean, my favorite male performance is Viola Davis, but my favorite male performance is probably not even going to be Bateman. Considered, which is Jason Bateman. Yeah, I thought he was.
Keep saying that, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic in it, but he is probably not even going to get like mentioned come Oscars.
Hey, you never know. You never know, Mike, because remember, 2 years ago I kept on saying I think that like Jesse Plemons could get a nomination for the
Power of the
Dog. And then no. And then Oscar winning came and he did.
Yeah.
For him this year for Killers of the Flower Moon, he could sneak in there. He could, how's that saying about ships, high ships, raise all tides or whatever?
Yeah.
Jesse along. He could come along for the ride if all those guys get in. De Niro, Pacino, what's her face? The Indian. God damn it, Lily Gladstone, DiCaprio, Scorsese. All those guys get in. They might drag out Plemons along with them. You never know.
And you know what's funny is I just realized we've got 2 Roberts competing for the Oscar in the same category this year. Robert Downey Jr. and Robert De Niro, like the 2 front runners right now. to like
Yeah.
win that category. So
And I'm telling you, it's going to be Killers versus Oppenheimer because everybody in the brothers saying Leo's phenomenal, De Niro's phenomenal, Killers is phenomenal, and we all know we've all seen Oppenheimer. So it's a battle of Nolan versus Scorsese. As of this moment, we don't know what's going to happen because we don't know if these other movies are going to move out or not.
yeah, we shall see. But yeah, I think pretty much you hit the nail on the head with like what will be nominated as far as if things are dropping out. Because yeah, I could see Napoleon actually getting in there. I could see something like possibly.
But though, like, which one are they going to campaign though?
Like Past Lives, some of the other films that we've like Across the Spider-Verse, stuff like that. I could see all this getting in there, especially if stuff is dropping out.
But what do you see? Which one though do you see Apple TV Plus putting more of their money into, Napoleon or Killer of the Flower Moon?
Well, this is the crux of this situation, Ross. Okay, Scorsese was smart because he got in bed with Paramount, so then they could have the theatrical run. So Paramount Plus actually owns the rights to it, even though it's going to go to Apple after that 45 day. They got the split like distribution. One is we're going to put it out in theaters. The other one's, we're paying you the money to put it on our streaming service. So it's Paramount Plus, Paramount, and Apple. And Napoleon is the same thing. Sony is going to put it out in theaters, and then it's going to go on Apple afterwards. So Sony's campaigning that one, and Paramount is campaigning Killers.
Oh, good. That means they'll actually come to my theater this time because like the Apple movies rarely ever come to my theater.
I actually saw a trailer for Napoleon in Dolby. And
yeah, it's going to come out in November, Thanksgiving, but it's got Wish. It's got Wish the same weekend. So those are the two big heavy hitters. But so keep an eye on for both of them. Apple's got two horses in the race.
And if you want to talk about best animated film, one we're not talking about that could wind up being the best animated film of the year is the guy
Hayao Miyazaki's The Boy and the Heron.
Yeah, Hayao Miyazaki.
It's gonna be at TIFF. That ain't leaving TIFF. That is gonna come out at TIFF. And if it gets the reviews and what people were predicting at TIFF, it's a definite player for best animated feature. The Boy and the Heron. Definitely keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, because I feel that one could be an upset.
Do you think that Mutant Mayhem will get a nomination? Because I think it will.
Okay, this is my thing. Warrior King is putting a wrench in this thing. If Warrior King is as good as it looks and what I think it's going to be, this could knock something heavy out of the best animated feature race. Because you think, Spider-Man. I'm thinking TMNT is number 2 right now. But you also have to consider either Elemental or Wish or even both of them. And Illumination's got Migration. So, and then you get The Boy and the Heron. So that's 6.
And then 7 is Mario.
Warrior King is as good as I think it. So something gets knocked out. Who do you knock out? Is you one of the Disney movies or do you knock out TMNT? But the thing about TMNT that I like is it's completely different than anything else you're going to see. And so the fact that it looks different, it has really good voice work, a really good story, and it doesn't look like any other animated movie. Remember last year, all the movies looked completely different. Nothing looked the same as the other. They like a couple foreign films. So that's the Warrior King is the thing. If this
that animation is beautiful. I'm looking at that.
Yes, that's why I said,
that and The Boy and the Heron, you can get 2 movies from the Far East. One from Hayao Miyazaki, one from China, and that means 2 of the Americans are out. Is it a Disney movie? Is it a Paramount movie? Is it a Universal movie? Which of the big boys is out of there? Because you know.
You think Super Mario get nominated? Because I really do. I honestly do.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. You forget Illumination has got 2 with Mario and Migration. So how can they get both? I'm telling you, this year's animated race is freaking amazing. I'm telling you. You gotta watch the tea leaves when The Boy and the Heron. Look for the reviews. Look for the reviews for the Warrior King. If those reviews are through the roof, Mario might be the odd man out because it came out so long ago. But
Yeah.
you could drag it up as if it gets in the song. People remember, the song, then they put the movie in. They get the double nomination of song and animated. Same thing with Wish. You get the double nomination of animated and song. So you got to keep an eye on the tea leaves here.
Now, here's my thing. So if The Boy and the Heron comes out of TIFF, if it's like getting in the 90s on Metacritic, if it's getting like super high kind of stuff like that, forget it. It's no longer as Across the Spider-Verse the winner. I think it's the winner now, because the reason why I say that is if it gets reviews like that, it's not only giving it to the more critically acclaimed film, but it's also giving it to someone who's been around in the industry for so long and is making like their last film and is like, this is my
and I'm looking
farewell to Hollywood.
Spider-Verse already won. Gordon Miller already won once. So it's not like you're giving them something for the first time.
Yeah,
and they didn't even direct it. They're producers on this.
Yeah, and then like, you know what the weird thing? I looked up Mallard. I was just reading about it, and their like their like streaming release schedule is one of the weirdest I've ever seen.
Which one?
Mallard. Okay, it's Migration.
Migration.
That's part of their 18-month deal with Netflix. The film would stream on Peacock for the first 4 months of the paid TV window. Then we'll move to Netflix for the next 10, and then we'll return to Peacock for the remaining 4.
It's Illumination, so it's Universal, which is Peacock. So they don't give a shit as long as it gets in that. No, one of those, either Mario or that, get into that animated category. That's all they care about. They want one of their horses in the race.
Yeah, and like,
and Netflix has got a couple too, boys. We forget about Chicken Run.
Oh yeah, and Netflix I think is going to be a big Netflix is going to be a big player this year in many categories because of the strike, I feel, and just what is happening. So, so
they ain't moving none of their crowd. They're sticking it out because they don't have to move anything. They're not worried about next year. They're worried about now.
Yeah. So I'm not saying you're going to see Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon or whatever it's called getting nominated. Like that's you're not going to see that, but you're going to see
But the one, like, do not be surprised if it wins in visual effects because it looks amazing.
What's his face comes out in September, which is 20th Century Studio, which is Disney. Gareth Edwards movie comes out.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yep.
Yeah, that one looks incredible.
Yeah, because Mike, you know what the budget is for it? $86 million.
Yeah. But I'll tell you guys, we don't have much left here, do we? We're at the 2-hour mark.
No.
Yeah.
We're at the 2-hour mark, but because we've pretty much covered a good chunk of what we believe will be Oscar nominated for, and giving our thoughts on Barbenheimer's Oscar nominees. But yeah, because I think pretty much you hit the nail on the head. I don't really think there is any. I would love to see some like good like horror stuff in there, but that's not going to happen. Or some good, kind of comedies in there. But I feel like Barbie's going to be the only comedy that you're going to get in there. But because the Oscars, they don't tend to lean towards any of those they don't like those categories as much.
Poor Things did move to early December, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, I do think Poor Things could definitely be like the favorite of this year.
They like Yorgos Lanthimos, and you're right. You hit the nail on the head. The favorite. They like Yorgos Lanthimos.
Oh yeah, for sure. And because they also gave Lobster screenplay nom, so like they could definitely give that Poor Thing something there. But yeah, guys, this was a really great show. Definitely, we will be following even further into just tracking week by week award season, giving our thoughts on all things Oscars, Emmys, all the other award shows that are coming out soon. and just seeing how the strike is going to affect them all. This will definitely be a more different award season, I think, than we've had in recent years. So we shall see. Maybe there's going to be more blockbusters nominated. Maybe there's going to be a lot more indies nominated because of the strike. So we'll have to see it. I feel like it's almost going to be like the year of like the 2020 Oscars, where it's like almost all independent films because like no one was able to really.
There's some heavy hitters though. You're not going to get into this year. If like Warner Brothers sticks around, you're going to get 2 Warner Brothers. You're going to get Universal. You're going to get Apple. You're going to get. I mean, you could get 3 Warner Brothers. Get a couple A24s. I'm telling you, this is going to be a year of heavy hitters.
Oh yeah, for sure. It could end up being one of the best like list of nominees we get. So
and then next year,
yeah, well, we will have to. We will definitely see as the time goes on, seeing which ones drop out, which ones stay in. It'll be exciting. Track it all for you guys, and that's where you can that's what you guys can do is subscribe, like this video, share, follow, so you guys can follow season 3 of Awards Roundtable all throughout the awards season. And before we go, like Dan, do you have any plugs you want to?
Well, I'm a film critic in Orlando, Florida. I write for 2 sites. My personal site called FromTheFourthRow.com and DisappointmentMedia.com. Also, I am an awards season pundit, and I am a co-host of an awards show called Gone with the Wind. And, I'll be breaking down all these awards with my co-host Malcolm Lay, and we have various guests throughout the season. And so definitely pay attention to that. Also, I'm in the midst of a very special 5-part series that I'm doing called My Life, My Love, 50 Years in Film, where I go from the very first year I was born to my 50th year of existence. And I pick my favorite films from each year. And it's a 3-platform project. It's on my website. I do all 10 years. I write up reviews of all the movies on there. And then I do a companion video on YouTube. And then I list all the movies on Letterboxd, and I go from my website and put the links into every one of the movies on the Letterboxd. So it's a 3-platform project that I'm doing, celebrating my 50th year of existence. Also, some friends of mine, Dylan and Chad, do a show called Picture This, where they revisit each year of the Academy Awards. I've been on 4 episodes of that. We did the entire Godfather trilogy, 72, 74, and 90. So if you want to see us do revisitation of the Academy Awards, those are fun. I did 1980 as well. And then I've been on like Rank 'em and all kinds of different things all over the place. So you can find me all over the place at Dan Skip Allen or From the Fourth Row or DP Skip Allen. We don't call it X. We don't call it Twitter. They're just excommunicated. So forget about them. Instagram, Facebook, whatever, Letterboxd. So there you go.
Awesome. Yeah, I follow you on Letterboxd, but definitely follow him on all social media, guys, on YouTube, watching his shows he does on there. He's definitely a buddy of mine, and we would definitely have him on the show a lot more often because he's a big awards pundit just like us. So that'll be really fun to discuss awards stuff with him. But stuff we have coming up on the channel.
We'll be doing on the 25th. We'll be doing one of my number 5 favorite movie of all time turns 30, and that's The Man Without a Face. We'll be doing a watch along of that.
Oh yeah, that'll be a fun watch along that we'll be doing.
But you've never seen it, right, Mike? Still?
I know. It'll be a first time watch for me. So.
Remember, Mike, I showed you the makeup, and you said that makeup is Oscar worthy. Remember his burn?
Is that Lon Chaney?
No. This is the one with Mel Gibson. Where he plays the teacher and he helps.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's really good. From what I've heard, it's a really good movie. So yeah, I am excited for that one. Also on the August 28th, I believe, we are going to be doing a Power Rangers trivia night for the 30th anniversary of celebrating Power Rangers, all things Mighty. Like since I grew up with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, stuff like that. That'll be really fun.
Yes, and Mike, you remember my about the Power Rangers? I remember my story of the nightclub, right?
Oh,
Ashley
yeah.
was like, "Who the hell are you?" You know, and I'm just talking to the guy that played the Black Ranger. You know, like this. I met him.
And then I remember when David Yost reshared my Instagram post that I posted about the Blue Ranger.
Isn't
And
there
I
a
was just
curse?
like,
Isn't there a curse on the Power Rangers? People are dying left and right from the Power Rangers.
oh yeah, like recently the guy who played Tommy just
Oh,
committed
yeah,
suicide.
too.
It's just
Do you remember like the guy up in Northern California or like San Diego? The guy like fake the signing of the houseboat. Remember, when they killed the couple? He
Oh,
was
yeah.
a Power Ranger extra.
There's a
yeah,
curse. SNL and Power Rangers have curses.
yeah, pretty much. That's what it seems like. But then also on the 19th, I'll be getting Austin back on here doing Friday the 13th Part 3 drinking game. So that'll be fun. We'll be doing a drinking game of that to kind of close off the summer with a summer camp kind of movie. So that'll be a fun one to do.
We should.
In honor of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, I will be doing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre ranking for you guys at some point of that entire franchise. So that'll be kind of a interesting list to do. I'm watching all the shitty ones I haven't seen yet just to prepare for it because I'm like, there's a lot of ones I haven't seen.
We should do a Barbenheimer drinking game. For Oppenheimer, drink whenever they say the word Nazi or socialist. Oh no, wait, communist. And
Communist.
for Barbie, drink whenever they say beach or patriarchy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, two people like this ties into it. Okay, like there's this free movie on YouTube. The Jim Carrey one, The Majestic. It would actually be a great double feature with Oppenheimer in a way.
Which one?
The Majestic is like he plays this Hollywood writer, right?
Yeah.
Why he gets involved in the car wreck is because like he's running away is because like he went to a part he wanted to get with this girl who went to a party and like he's accused of being a communist.
Oh yeah, I do. I do remember that, but yeah, guys.
No. I'm saying that's what happens in the Jim Carrey movie.
Oh, okay.
He's a Hollywood writer who flees is because like he went to a party with the girl who was a communist, so now he's getting accused of being a communist. So that's why I said it would be a great double feature with Oppenheimer, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think Empire of Light and The Majestic would make better double feature. That's me.
Yeah, Empire Light and the Majestic, or Cinema Paradiso and the Majestic, Majestic could also be one. But yeah, guys. So that's just some fun stuff we have. Oh yeah, and then also From the Vault is a new series I'm doing where I'm going to be going through some physical media that I have that I've never seen, and I'll be reviewing the movies for you guys, the special features on the movies, stuff like that. Just because like I really love physical media and I want it to strive as much as possible. So that's another show I'll be doing for you all on the channel. So just keep on watching, keep on subscribing, keep on sharing, guys, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Thank you, Dan, for coming on.
Thank you, Dan.
It was amazing to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Andrew. Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, it was a complete and utter blast. We will see you all in the next video, and until next time, stay classy, my friends.